Hi friends, Allison here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Design With Me process video. Today there is no design process. I'm just doing the scrapbook process only because I had a few minutes to sneak in some designing yesterday while my husband took my kids out Christmas shopping, and I wasn't going to have enough time to record, like film and design at the same time. So I just skipped the filming, did my designing, and figured that I would do the process video with you today. So today I'm doing days 8 and 9 in my December daily album. I already planned these 2 pages ahead of time, so I knew what I was going to do, and I knew that I wanted to do some different things with both these pages. So first of all, I pulled out one of my close to my heart embossing pens. If you have never heard or even seen of these tools, seriously, you need them in your stash. They are amazing and really perfect for embossing small, intricate images without having to heat emboss the entire thing. I thought it would be really neat to add Christmas lights to the cut file that I'm working with right now. This was created with my Cricut. It's actually a gingerbread house. Candy house is what it was called in my Cricut image library, but I made it into a gingerbread house because this page is going to be about building our gingerbread houses, which is something we always do at Christmas time. I could have used brown for the background, but I went with mint instead, and I think it looks super duper cute with the white overlay on top of it. So all I did was took my embossing pen. The embossing pens from Close to My Heart come in sets of 3, and there's 3 different styles of pens in there. There's one with a medium tip, one with the large tip, and then one with a brush tip. I just used the medium tip. It worked really well to color in just the Christmas lights or the candies on the house. I'm still debating whether I'm going to go back and fill in the rest of the candies on this house. I might just leave it as it is because it looks super cute, and I love the pops of red that draws your eye up to the roof line instead of keeping it down at the bottom of the page. I will be adding more red right to the top there. I just glued that with some liquid glue. And after the heat embossing was done, I flipped it over and I'm working on the second side. So that's going to be for my number, which is day 8, the picture, and then some journaling as well. So using embossing pens is the same as you would do normally with your heat embossing. It's just that it's in pen form. So you color in the area that you want heat embossed, you put your embossing powder on top of it, then you take your heat tool to it and melt it. And it works the same as if you were stamping an image and then heat embossing it. And like I said, it's fantastic. I embossed the candies on the house twice, so the pen does work again going over your first generation of heat embossing and then embossing again. And I would imagine you can do that multiple times if you want, and it'll just intensify the color and work as well as it did the first time. I was thinking about adding a sticker from this 12 by 12 sticker sheet from Close to My Heart. I decided against it because they were all too short. And so I turned to my Tim Holtz phrased sticker sheets, or booklet, I guess, and pulled one out of there, glued it over top of the number 8. And then I actually grabbed that sticker sheet again and pulled off some of the snowflakes that are on the sticker sheet because I thought they'd be a cute little addition for embellishing. And they're just going to be stuck to the title spot, which is the number 8. And with that, that page is done. And now for page 2, how cute is Santa? I did all the die cutting and the assembling before I did this video just to save on time. I also planned on doing heat embossing on this page as well. So I cut Santa's glasses just from white cardstock, and I'm going to use my embossing pen to emboss his glasses, and I'll be embossing those in gold. On the other page, I just stuck with red and silver, and here I'm going with gold. All the products that I used to create these 2 pages will be linked down below. They are all close to my heart except for the Tim Holtz phrase stickers. This is how I store all of my embossing powders and embossing stamps, and also my anti-static tool as well. That all stays in that cute little tackle box. Quite honestly, I bought it from the Dollarama, and it's perfect for storing all of my embossing tools in one convenient little place. So like I said, for the embossing, you just color in the area that you want to emboss using your pen. Put your embossing powder over top of it, and then heat set it with your heat tool. I did the embossing in 2 steps, so I would be able to hold on to one part of the glasses while I heat set it, so I didn't smudge it or ruin it by taking the ink off. Once the first part was dry, I turned it around, did the second part, and then I did 2nd generation embossing on the glasses as well. With this particular embossing, especially the gold, it gives it more of a smooth finish when you heat emboss more than once over top of each other. It looks really, really neat and really glossy in the end. I mean, heat embossing always does anyways, but you'll have to try it yourself if you've never done it. There is a difference, and it looks really sharp when you heat emboss over the same area more than once. I decided to cut my title spot in half for this page as well. I played around with the placement off camera before I finally decided on how I wanted to arrange the back side of this page, and I decided to free up more room to add some journaling and the picture. I would cut my title spot in half and then layer the number 9 over it for day 9, and then add journaling at the bottom of the page. Day 9 is about Christmas cookies. I usually do my grocery shopping on Tuesdays, and I happen to see the pre-made sugar cookies in the grocery store, and one of the girls always asks for them when holidays roll around. And I promised her that I would get the Halloween ones, and by the time I went back, they were gone. So when I saw them in the store this past Tuesday when I went grocery shopping, I figured I would just grab them so I'd have them and I could avoid the same mistake from happening. We always bake cookies for Santa on Christmas Eve, so my plan was to use these cookies for Santa on Christmas Eve, but my daughters dug into them this past weekend and made them Saturday instead of Christmas Eve, which was fine. We will do our own sugar cookies Christmas Eve. We still will bake cookies for Santa. It's just not the ones that I had originally planned on. So I'm adding my journaling right now, and with that, these 2 pages are pretty well done. I'm going to add another phrase sticker from my Tim Holtz sticker booklet, and yeah, that's it. Oh, I do add a little bit of stickles by brushing them on to both pages as well, just in a few different places. But other than that, that's really the last finishing touch I add to both of these pages. There are close-ups and still shots coming up, so feel free to stick around for those. And I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I really hope that you are maybe inspired to try December Daily for the first time or the 10th time, or maybe I've inspired you to do something different and pages that you may not have thought of doing originally. I'm having a lot of fun putting together this album. This is only the 2nd album that I've made. You're going to see in just a moment here, I pulled out another 6x8 album that I just happened to find in my stash. We were doing some rearranging in the house this weekend, and ended up putting something in the closet in my craft room, and just looked down and happened to see this other 6x8 album that I had in my stash that was meant for my daughter, and then she decided she didn't want it, and apparently I was using it for some sort of project I don't know what it was that I was working on. So I pulled everything out. So here is the second album that I found. I transferred everything that was in the black album, which is where my first December daily was. Swapped it all and actually got holes punched and everything on the pages that I have already done and put it in the black album and put, I think I'm confusing you. I just swapped things basically. I found page protectors and it was meant to be. I happened to find it in my stash and I don't have to buy this stuff now. I'm pretty excited. So yeah, here's the still shots. Like I said, I hope this has inspired you in some way, and I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give me a thumbs up and a like. Leave a comment down below as well. It would be really great to hear from you. And I will be back again tomorrow with a design process and layout process as well for my December daily. I will talk to you guys again very soon. Bye.